guys, I just heard this panel where Robin says that just being with the Straw Hats would hurt them. And then he thought back to what Tom was saying about, like a ship isn't good or bad, it's just be proud of it. And he said that existing isn't a crime because her whole life, basically, she's been told that just by living, she's dangerous and she shouldn't be alive. And I love Robin, you guys. I love her. I love her so much. And I'm really getting attached to Franky now, too. I want her to be happy so bad. I'm like 8 pages into Enies lobby. And I already feel sad. Wish me luck. Okay, the world building in this is already really cool. So there's a giant freaking hole in the ocean. What? Does that lead to the underwater prison? Because the next island is Impel Down. Which one is it? Please tell me. But do you go down there and that's how you get to the underwater prison, or am I just overthinking it? That'd be really interesting. But yeah, that's crazy. It's like a floating thing and there's a giant hole in the ocean. And then I also just found out it's always daytime. There's no night on the island, which is crazy. Only a nightless island, and there's a huge hole in the ocean. I'm intrigued. Wow. This is cool already. Luffy and Chopper totally believing that Usopp is not Usopp, but that he's Sniper King is so funny, dude. It's so funny. I get it in the comments, okay? There is no Usopp on the train. He was left behind in Water 7. It is only Sniper King from Sniper Island. I get it. I apologize for getting that information wrong. I just love Luffy's impulsiveness and wildness. He just launched over the gate at Enies lobby and is where's Robin? And he's just immediately going into fight. And I know that it's not necessarily the best strategy, but you can't help but just really love that he wants to just get in there and get business done and rescue his friends and crewmates. I just adore this about him. I just finished volume 39 and everyone's storming the island now, and the guardians of the gate just jumped down and they're giants. So I wonder, are they from Elbaf? Are all of the giants from Elbaf? I miss that place. I want to go there so bad and see what it's like. But yeah, it's cool seeing giants again because I don't think we've seen any others since their time at Little Garden. But are they genuine giants? If I'm not supposed to know, don't spoil me. But yeah, that's so cool. And then Luffy is standing off. They said that there's 10,000 soldiers or military personnel, guards at Enies lobby, and he's by himself. And he's like, I'm by myself, but get out of my way because I gotta go get Robin. I love it. I love it so much. I'm hype. We're going into volume 40. Dude, Oda creates the weirdest characters sometimes, because who and what is this? I have such a hard time processing that this dude looks like this. But he did say something interesting. He assessed all of CP9's power levels, and of course freaking Robert Lucci, aka Evil Pigeon Man, aka Bane of My Existence, is at level 4,000, which is ridiculous. But he did say this too, which I thought was interesting, that the director, I think one of you said his name is Spondum, Mr. Spondum. I call him Mr. Spam. I called him Spandam for so long that now it's just Spam. So Mr. Spam is only a level 9. So why is he in charge? Because, I equate power, right? Power with power. The more powerful you are, the higher of a position you are. So I'm just kind of confused on why Lucci isn't in charge and it's this guy. I get that he's been around longer, but Franky laid him out with a punch and he was all disfigured. I don't know, you just think that they'd have somebody stronger. I just don't really get it, unless that's clarified later or if that's just the way that it is. Speaking of Mr. Spam, I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I didn't think that I could dislike him more. And then he punched my beloved Robin. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. This is diabolical. He's terrible. I can't stand him. Oh my gosh, I need the crew to lay this dude out. This is a seriously diabolical group of villains. Seriously. A couple other great moments from the reading that I did today. Polly's moment where he is going to stay behind to get some of the guys off of the crew's back so they can continue going forward. And he tells Zoro and Sanji to tell the CP9 guys that they're fired. I really love that moment. Polly's one of my favorite side characters that we've encountered. I love how loyal he is to Iceberg, and he's just a really likable guy. I enjoy him a lot. And then the second really, it made me laugh were Zoro's and Sanji's fighting. When Zoro, they know Zoro, and they don't know who Sanji is. So Zoro goes, "Oh, so you're Pirate A?" And it sets him off fighting. And he goes, "Oh, sorry, you're Pirate B." I love their fighting. I don't know how, like, the rest of the community views their arguing, but I find it very, very funny. And Oda just does it so well. I really enjoy his sense of humor. I feel like I don't often enjoy comedy too much, but I don't know. I just feel like it's such a good balance with the funny moments. So I really liked that, and I will keep reading, of course, and check in. Look at this face. Look at it. That brings me so much joy. I could literally go on to have the worst day ever. I could still get a smile on my face from this picture. I love it. I love it so much. You mean to tell me that this government, as if they couldn't get worse, lied to these giants and told them their former chiefs were locked in prison and they're not, and these giants have been working for them for 50 years? Are we kidding? Are we kidding? Okay, I'm at loss for words. I shouldn't be surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. On a positive way to look at it, I guess, I'm really glad that the giants were not bad. And once again, my beloved Usopp, okay, coming in for a win here. Do not say that it is Sniper King. Do not, because he was Usopp in this moment. So shut your mouth and listen. So I love, because he took the mask off and he was like, "Wait a minute, are you from Elbaf?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, the giants are from there." And he explained the whole history, and Usopp got to tell him that he did in fact meet his chiefs and that they were being lied to. And Usopp's been lying about his persona this whole time. And then he's the one that tells the truth for once and breaks these giants free of this lie that they've been told. I just find it's so good. It was such a good moment to see Usopp be the one to break these giants free of the lie that they have been ensnared in, and he truly got to be a truth teller and an advocate and do something good for these giants that he looks up to a lot. So just such a good moment. I love Usopp. You already know this, but it's such a good moment. They're gonna eat devil fruits now. So they're eating devil fruit. We did find an interesting tidbit of devil fruit info, finally, that if you have 2 devil fruits, basically like the 2 demon powers inside of the person, like basically destroys them. Like there can't be 2 different powers in someone's body. And then also only one person can have a specific devil fruit power at one time. So like if you took a bite and then another person took a bite, the second person, it wouldn't take effect. It would only work for the first person. I love that we're getting devil fruit lore, guys. I have been waiting for this. Still not enthused that it's CP9 that are getting more devil fruit powers. Also, I like how Robert is like trying to or a farm and be all cool. He ate the cat fruit. Okay? Like, get real, dude. You have a pet pigeon and you ate the cat fruit. I don't know. Just, he's so lame. I think that's everything I had. I'll check back in. Gear 2? Gear 2? What is this? What is this? Dude, Luffy is powering up right now. Gear 2. You guys, it's about to go down. It's about to, oh my goodness, my boy is leveling up. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness. I don't think we've really seen like a full-on Luffy level up. You guys, I'm so excited. Okay, I don't have any more time to read, but I don't know. Do you guys want me to record my reaction or can I just go on and read and check in? I'll post this video, but let me know. Let me know. I know I'm going to record chapter 398. That one is like lodged in my brain. So I will record that one, but yeah, I really want to keep reading. So let me know. You guys, okay. Gear 2, insane. Absolutely insane. A lot of you guys said that I should watch the Gear 2 in the anime, and I will absolutely be doing that. I want to do it after I finish Enies Lobby. Gear 2 was absolutely insane, and when Luffy calls Robin and says that he's here for her, and then Franky, that whole bit where he expands and Mr. Spam is like, wait, is it constipation? It made me laugh so hard. And then so Robin, he gets Robin out so that she can see him, and she says that she just wants to die. Oh no. I have a feeling that this is just, it's gonna be pain. So I'm recording. I will check in as I read. Okay. I have reached Robin's flashback. I'm on chapter 391, so I am going to record as I read, because I have a feeling this is gonna hurt. Enjoy. Oh, she passed the archaeology exam with a perfect score. She's so little, too. So I guess this island of Ohara, the librarian, the professor, is saying that this tree of knowledge is 5,000 years old, and countless documents have been sent there from all over the world. And we know that it was destroyed. You guys, oh, this is bad. She wanted to become an archaeologist so that she could join everybody trying to decipher the poneglyph. She just wants a friend. She just wants some family. I find it really, really curious that, so there's a poneglyph underneath this tree of knowledge, and it's forbidden to find out what it's about, and then just it happens to get destroyed. That doesn't sound very coincidental to me. I am halfway through chapter 396, and you guys, I'm a mess. I am a mess. So I'm just gonna keep recording here through the next couple chapters, okay? Okay, I just got to 397. I think this is the one that everyone was talking about. They won't let her on the ship because they say that she's a monster, which is freaking ridiculous. They just blew up the evacuation ship. No, no. Okay, 398. I'll probably need to take a break after this one, but this is 398. You guys, Luffy just said to shoot down the world government flag. I love it. I love it. He literally is just saying, I don't care. I'm not scared of the Navy or the government. Give me my friend back. She said she wants to live. Oh my gosh. I love this story so much. I love this story. Okay, that is all I have left in me emotionally for a moment. So, what a powerful moment and flashback. Enies lobby update, a little one. Franky, the GOAT, okay? I am a Franky fangirl now. This dude just burned the blueprints to ash. Oh my gosh, it was such an awesome moment. Like, getting Luffy and King blowing up the flag of the world government, followed by Franky straight up roasting these invaluable blueprints right in front of them. We are so back. We are so winning right now. We just gotta get our girl Robin free. It is amazing. In the train, jumping straight up and then catching everybody, like Luffy just looping everyone and they all land on the train. I'm so excited. And then, okay, the elephant, the adorable elephant that for some reason is with this disgusting Mr. Spam, is a sword. He ate the sword fruit and now he can turn into a sword. I don't know. Whenever I try to predict things in One Piece, I'm wrong because there's no way that I could have possibly predicted that this elephant was a sword. I really thought that maybe Mr. Spam's only redeemable quality was that he was like attached to this cute elephant. And no, of course not. He's a weapon. I hate this guy. I love Feng Free the elephant. I hope that he can be freed from Mr. Spam because he's too cute to be in the hands of such a garbage imbecile. So, loving One Piece still. I'm taking Enies lobby bit by bit. I do apologize. I could binge it faster. I really enjoy these updates and talking out the little moments here with you guys. So, yes, but I'll have my Robin deep dive up soon. I will post a little note to my story when that's done. But yeah, it's getting real now. So, time to finish it out. Zoro and Kaku are fighting currently. Kaku's got 4 swords apparently, and it hasn't been revealed about his devil fruit yet. So I'm very curious to see what power he ended up getting. And then I really love this panel from Luffy where he just calls Robert stupid pigeon guy. I love his naming system. It's elite. I want to say thank you for all the support on my YouTube video, you guys. I literally want to get emotional just thinking about it. I'm so thankful. You guys are all so sweet and supportive. I'm just so thankful, but I'm glad you enjoyed it and I'm so excited to make some more. So, Enies lobby, here we go. Okay, question. So I just read the part against the guy who's going against Sniper King. He just transformed and he said he ate the mut fruit, model wolf. So is there multiple like mut fruits but that they have different models? Because I know Robert ate the cat fruit and he's a leopard. So is there another cat fruit and they could get like the lion model or like the jaguar model. Maybe he's a jaguar, I forget. You know, so he's like a wolf, but could there also be like a what, like a coyote or something? I don't know. Just curious because there's obviously a lot of different kinds of cats and stuff. So I was curious about that. Let me know, unless it's a spoiler, but I don't feel like that's a spoiler. So let me know. Oh yeah, and also the bit with Sniper King and the rooster. It's so funny. It's so funny. I literally was laughing so hard. That was hilarious. Oh my gosh, Kaku's a giraffe. I shouldn't laugh because I'm sure it'll be a pain, but he just fell through the ceiling and then Zoro was like, is this some kind of zoo? Because Robert he ate the cat fruit. So I'm wondering now if like all of CP9 are like if they're gonna be animals of some type. So I'm really curious to see, but this is honestly so comedic. I know I don't often talk about like the SBS question corners. I do read them, and this one, for example, this is so cool. He was saying that fans were asking him what's the difference between Kuro's cat out of the bag from way back in Syrup Village or CP9's shave, and he said that the difference is that Kuro, he can't see who he's attacking, but CP9 can. They can control their speed and see who they're attacking, so CP9 would win hands down. But it's like, it's such a, I don't know. I love those little like detail lore drops. They just speak to me as a novel reader. It's really cool. I love that he always seems to have like a pretty good answer for logistical stuff like this, even though it really makes no sense. But yeah, I really enjoy the SBS question corners, if anyone was wondering if I read them. So, and then it also said Sokaku ate the ox fruit. Model giraffe. Is a giraffe a type of ox? So does that mean like what? Like you could eat the ox fruit and be like an ox or like a bull or a buffalo or something? Like is that how it works? I'm still trying to wrap my mind around the fact that that the sword ate the elephant fruit. Very confused on that, but we're rolling with it. Okay, lots of crazy stuff going on. Sanji got beat pretty bad by Khalifa, but it's just because he doesn't like to kick women, and like Nami, I can't hold that against him. His chivalry is very, very sweet. Luffy just went gear 3 and blew open some iron gates. He's cooking now. We were at gear 2 and now we're already at gear 3. I'm so ready. I'm still really curious to see what Khalifa's double fruit power is. And then Usopp and Sanji are handcuffed together, so they're trying to find the keys. So that's where I'm at. I'll check in. Another SBS question corner moment. A person asked when he thinks that One Piece would come to an end, and he said that he's always had the last chapter like clear in his mind, but it's taken a while to build up to that. So I don't know. It's very interesting. I like that he has the last chapter planned. It's amazing what he's been able to build off of, because he said originally it was supposed to be a 5-year story, and at this point it was 9 years into it, and this was even a long time ago. So wow, this thing's gone on much longer than he originally anticipated, but it's really cool because it's a great story. Okay, I just finished chapter 406, and another SBS question moment. Someone had said that Rob means to steal, and then Lucci means light in Italian, so they were like, oh, did you intentionally name him like he steals the light? And it was like this big, profound thing, and he was like, no, I didn't know. I just thought that was funny, but the irony in that is crazy because his name very much speaks true to who he is. So I don't know. I found that very fascinating and funny that he just happened to name him this very, very... I just thought it was funny that he managed to name him so well, and it was completely unintentional. But yeah, chapter 406, so 407, here I come. What is this? What is this? Why is Chopper so scary? You guys, when he did the Rumble Ball the 3rd time, I was not expecting him to turn into this. I'm speechless. That is terrifying. Wow. Chapter 408. Khalifa ate the bubble fruit, which is honestly kind of lame. Like, I know it's very versatile, but it's pretty lame. And then Chopper beating up I mean, wow, he's like invincible now, I guess. This is crazy. It was so funny when Franky showed up and he's like, what is that? And then look at Robin's cute little smile. If it was not, I don't think I said it, but she is now officially my favorite character. I love her. Look at her cute little smile of relief when she hears Luffy calling for her. So Luffy has busted down some doors and he is now about to face off against Robert. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I will check in. Chapter 409, here we go. Okay, chapter 409 was insanity. So idiotic Mr. Spam triggered the Buster call on accident because he pressed the wrong button on the wrong transponder snail. So obviously, so Robin is like screaming at him to call it off, and then he's like, no, actually, I'm gonna keep it on because I don't care who has to die, right? Like, if it keeps the pirates from leaving or whatever, like, so be it. I don't care how many soldiers have to go in order for that to happen. And so obviously Robin's upset, and this whole conversation is being transmitted all over the island. And Robin literally starts yelling for everybody to escape. And I just think that speaks so much to her character, because these are like Navy people who are also, they don't like her, they would capture her, they've been fighting her friends. She is terrified because she knows what this Buster Call means, and she wants everyone to escape so desperately. I just feel for her so much. This has got to be so incredibly triggering and traumatic for her, bringing all of this up all over again. And then this last panel with Luffy and Rob meeting punches. So cool. So cool. So chapter 410, here we go. I'm so proud of Nami. She is kicking so much butt, and her fighting techniques are getting really good and advanced. Wow, yeah. That was really cool. I love that she's stepping up and having her fighting moment. It's really cool to see her confidence build as you know, the further we go in the story. It's just really cool. I love the development. I love Sanji. In case I have not made that clear, this freaking where he shows up and says that he's the hunter. I think Sanji has to honestly have some of the coldest, awesome entrances. Like his sacrifice with Enel, back in Alabasta with the banana crocs. Like, he just has these amazing entrances, and it's like, especially when people are in hot water and that's when he appears. I just love him so much. He just literally, he improves like any scene that he's in, especially in a battle. I love Sanji. Also, quick appreciation note for Nami calling Usopp Snipe. That was very funny. Okay, yeah, so that was 413, I think, so we'll continue. Hello, my friends. I have read 10 more chapters of Enies Lobby. I figured we'd just kind of do a summary video here because there's quite a bit to cover. I will be doing a deep dive, don't worry, but here are the main points I wanted to cover. Let's cover chapters 414 through 424. I read 10 more chapters of Enies Lobby. This was actually longer than I thought. I thought it ended at 420 and it actually ends at 440. So here is what we read. Oh my goodness. We start off with a bang where Sanji and Usopp have this moment where Sanji tells Usopp, you are here. He calls him, he addresses him as Usopp, and he says, now that you're here, we can save Robin. And you need to do what I couldn't do, which is go and rescue her. And I will do what you can't do, which is defeat Wolfman. It's such a powerful moment. It's what Usopp needs to hear following the battle of everything. Again, his self-confidence and sense of identity is very fragile. And Luffy's emotional intelligence is often talked about, and Sanji's is not. And Sanji has very, very, very high emotional intelligence as well. And I feel like we are just so back. We are so back. This is very reminiscent of Alabasta for me. Skypiea had some really great moments, but just on the intelligence level here, and I feel like it's just because of the seriousness and the danger that Robin's in, it's bringing all of this out. And again, the conflict with Usopp back in Water 7, tensions are just high. And it's really bringing out the best in these characters, especially in Enies lobby. So after this, Sanji's fight is really, really cool. We get some new, like, superheated kicking from him, which was really awesome to see. And then we go to Zoro's fight, which was also very, very intense. Zoro's probably, next to Luffy, is one of the most satisfying people to read and watch fight. He's the guy that you get hype with. You know, him and Luffy, it's just his fights are so entertaining. And I loved when he told Kaku that he was fired. He carried on Polly's message. I really, really loved that. And then we go, and Robin is quite literally biting down on the bridge to the point where she's bleeding to try to buy as much time as possible because she knows she's trying to hold out so she can be rescued. And Spandam at this point is so cruel. He's so cruel. He's been cruel, but now that he sees the victory in sight, he can quite literally see the end of the pathway, the end of the bridge to promotion and glory. He's just even more insufferable, and he tells Robin that it was his father, that his father was the reason that O'Hara was destroyed and her life was ruined, and she had a bounty on her head at such a young age. And it's so, so cruel. And when Robin cries thinking about Saul and her loved ones, he laughs at her crying, and it's just enraging. And you really start to feel her sadness and despair, especially, when you see Franky, but he was blown up by the mine. You're really feeling like, okay, I thought we were on the up and up, and things get rough. And then, oh my gosh, you guys, this quite literally made me tear up instantly. Who comes to the rescue but Usopp? He starts sniping people from a distance in his Sniper King disguise, and it's such a heck yes moment because this is Usopp's time to shine. This is his turn to be the hero. He is the one that is rescuing Robin. It's exactly like Sanji said. It was such an insane and amazing moment. She is booking it. The Navy targets her, and who again jumps in front of her? But Franky, he's okay because his body is made of iron. You guys, it's just such a hype and amazing moment. I absolutely loved it. And then one of the warships shoots bombs at the tower, which is right where Usopp is, and you see Sanji's absolute terror. Like, the cigarette falls out of his mouth, and we know how he is about his cigarettes. He was mortified. And again, it goes to show how clearly and deeply Sanji feels about his crewmates. And, I need to do a deep dive on all these characters, Sanji included, but Sanji, again, would give a meal to his worst enemy if he was hungry. So to see just this was such a very well drawn depiction of how deeply and intensely he feels for his comrades and his friends, and it was such a beautiful thing. Thankfully Usopp was injured but just fine. And we cut to Robin, and she is shaking. Franky sees her and she's full on panicking. This is PTSD. She is absolutely terrified, as completely valid. This is literally her worst nightmare happening all over again. This poor girl cannot get a break. Meanwhile, Luffy and Robert are still going at it incredibly. Luffy's really holding his own here, and Robert is just very, very surprised. There was an interesting exchange here. Lucci says to Luffy that he is worthy of being captain, which I was actually very, very shocked to hear from him. And then he also said, I'd like to tell a certain idiot I know about you. And I'm wondering, who on earth could that be? So I have no idea. I'm very, very interested to see who that could possibly be. Um, whether it's like another pirate or someone else in the Navy, I have no idea. So I'm very, very curious to see what he meant by that. Luffy's giant pistol moment, the fist, was so, so awesome. I loved that. And then we find out a little bit about Lucci's backstory and his lore a little bit. He went undercover at like 13 to a pirate crew and literally annihilated 500 of them. And he's got these scars on his back from an attack that he just took, no problem. And the Navy has incredible fear and respect for him, which, okay, I can get. Lucci's all right. I'm admitting it, all right, but his government name is still Robert. So they are still fighting. Luffy is literally running himself ragged, going to the bone. He will defeat Lucci no matter what. The water filled the tunnel down below, but they were rescued by Kokoro, who's a mermaid apparently. Was not expecting that either. So that is where I'm at. I am about to enter chapter 425. I really would like to wrap this up. There's just so many amazing, fantastic moments. We are moving at light speed now, so I will be checking in. I kind of wanted to do, instead of my regular check-ins, I wanted to just really sit and chat because there were more serious things that I wanted to cover in this, but that's where I'm at. I'm very, very excited. I'm getting so close to the end, but I'm also sad because this arc has just been amazing. So I will check in. After many tissues and a lot of electrolytes, I have finished Enies Lobby. I still have the post Enies Lobby arc. I am slowly going through that as well, but I wanted to record just a separate video for the last few chapters of Enies Lobby because there was so much packed in there that it absolutely deserves a video of its own. I'm planning to record a deep dive on both Water 7 and Enies Lobby this weekend and post it on my YouTube. I will let you know as soon as that is up and posted. But let's get into it. So last we left off, Luffy was getting ready to finish his battle with Lucci, and the crew is all cheering him on. They're saying that they rescued Robin and that he needs to beat Lucci so that he can join them and they can all leave together. It's just a great moment. I love Luffy's smile of just pride and thankfulness and love for his crew. It's such a beautiful thing. At this point, the Navy ships pull up with more soldiers and they're fighting the rest of the crew. And it's in the midst of this battle that Luffy gets really, really, really hurt by Lucci. And no one kind of sees him fall and struggle except Usopp. So the rest of the crew is fighting, and then quite literally, Usopp sees him and screams out for Luffy. And Luffy sees him and says, Usopp, you came. And Usopp then starts crying and telling him, hey, you need to get up. Stop acting like this is the end and you're struggling. Stop making me worry. And it is exactly what Luffy needs to hear. You can see it dawn and register on his face, and this is the first time that they have seen each other and acknowledged each other since their battle over the Going Merry. So this is very, very raw and real between the two of them. This moment perfectly ties into what Sanji just said to Usopp about rescuing Robin, that he needs to do what the rest of the crew could not. The rest of the crew did not see Luffy. The rest of the crew could not tell Luffy what he needed to hear to get back on his feet and finish the fight in that moment. But Usopp did. This is the value in Usopp. This was just such a perfectly written full circle moment. And again, I love that the fight that had happened between these two, it was so perfectly executed here, their reunion. And it very much was just an unspoken, we forgive each other, let's go back and be friends and have these adventures on the sea together again. Such a fantastically beautiful moment. I was very emotional at this point. So Luffy ends up beating Lucci. He finds the inner strength and he beats him, and the crew is all celebrating and happy. And Luffy screams out to Robin, "Let's go back together, Robin." And she's crying in joy. Everyone's happy. But then Luffy collapses because he's got no strength left in him. No wonder. This poor kid has been through a lot. And it's also at this point that the Navy blows up their escape ship. So now Luffy's down and their ship is gone. So they genuinely have no idea how they're going to get Luffy and escape the island because they're surrounded. It's really not a great moment. And also at this point, the Navy ship has pulled up to Luffy and is quite literally getting ready to end him. And they're panicking when Usopp hears a voice and he says, "Do you guys hear a voice? It's the voice that's been with us this whole time." And I quite literally did not know what he was talking about, and the rest of the crew didn't either, until he said, "She's come back for us. There's one crew member left." And it cuts to the pirate flag, their flag. You guys, I started to lose it at this point, legitimately. Um, So Usopp screams, "Jump into the sea." The voice is telling them to look down and jump into the sea. So Robin uses her power to carry Luffy into the ocean, and the rest of the crew realizes now what's happening, and they're all screaming, "Jump into the sea." And it cuts to the Going Merry. She has come back for them. Chills. I have chills literally just talking about it. What a stunning and incredible moment. I could not believe it. And again, with Usopp here, he is the one who hears the voice. He's the one that is the most deeply connected with the ship. Just a, I mean, I about stood on my feet and applauded. I mean, what a brilliantly written scene. So, literally, Mary is flying through the currents. It's a miracle. It is a miracle, and it is her last hurrah as their ship. And we see that the gates start to close, and like they're like, "How? Why are the gates of justice closing?" Sanji disappeared for a minute, and that's what he went to do. He went to close the gates of justice. And again, with Sanji here, he was another just MVP in this arc. It's the same as in Skypiea when he disappeared and he damaged Anel's ship before then sacrificing himself so that Usopp and Nami could get away. He is such an incredible and subtle character. His kindness, his planning, his intelligence, just he's such a phenomenal character, and this was such an awesome hurrah moment for him. It was genius thinking on his part, and it allowed them to escape. The Navy could not follow them because the gates were closing and the whirlpool currents were returning. So they escape, and everyone is happy and excited, and they come across Iceberg, who had kind of followed them. They're all celebrating when Mary quite literally cracks in two, and everyone is shocked and mortified and horrified. And Iceberg says it is a miracle she was even able to do what she did. And he shows how he found her and she basically was totaled, but she begged him to fix her up enough so she could sail one more time. And he said it was nothing short of a miracle, and that this was a very loved ship, that she wanted to do this. So they all agree that it's time to say goodbye because she's in no position to sail. So they light her up with flames, and Mary talks to them in her final moments, and they're both, the crew and the ship is apologizing that they didn't take good enough care of her, or that she wasn't a good enough, she said that she wasn't a good enough ship and she kept hitting things. And but then she says, "Even so, I was happy." And she says, "Thank you for taking care of me." Um, Open sobbing at this point, by the way. open tears. Like, this wrecked me even more than Robin's backstory. I don't really have words for it. This felt like physically getting stabbed. I kid you not. It was I for the record, I am not usually an emotional reader. I can count maybe on one hand the amount of books that have made me physically cry. This series now has made me cry multiple times, and that just goes to show you how good of a writer Hiro or Oda is. He is absolutely hands down one of the best writers of our time, in my opinion, best artists of our time. This was incredible. This arc was a literal work of art. I kid you not. I don't know what he was on when he wrote this arc, but this was just it was everything I wanted and more. When I think of a series, I feel like this arc truly it took the crew from crewmates to family. I truly feel like everyone is a crew here fully becomes family and bonded in a way that they were not before. I think losing all of these crewmates and regaining at least Robin and Usopp and seeing Mary's final stand, it just bonded them together in a way that has made them officially family. It is stunning writing. I cannot emphasize how impactful and how brilliant this was and how much I enjoyed this arc was just on another level, truly. So I will check in soon with a post Enies Lobby arc update. And until then, I will see you soon.